And then I like to put the screw back in the hole it's supposed to be in. That way I don't lose it. That way I don't forget where it goes. Show you guys that in a second here. I wish I had more hands. I really do. And there you go. Okay, so I put that back down there. So now that you have all that out, kind of get the vacuum tubes out of the way. Pull the CPU stuff off. Again, they're not like really in the way, but it does help to have this moved. Then you don't need to remove anything else. This kind of just this is just, it's not actually attached. This just pops off. What you can do is just pull on this. I don't know if we're going to do it with one hand. We'll try. Of course, this is my bad hand. There you go. I can pull more. Try to do it with the other hand here. But we'll leave that on. Anyways, take the other one off at least. That way you can pull it like this. Now this is totally safe to do this. Not gonna hurt anything. You kind of just let it sag right here. Make sure you're not pulling on anything too important. Now what you got to do is there's two clips. One here, you got to pull up, pull back. One here, you got to pull up, pull back. And once you do that, you can actually go ahead and pull up on this whole thing right here. Try and show you and hold this out of the way. It's tricky. Pull this whole thing out right here. Okay, that's like the divider or whatever. And then you pull this slot out, and that's the air intake. This is where the filter goes. Now, let's go ahead and plop on over here. So now you know where to go, how to get to it, and how to get it off. Now, I'm going to show you how to do it. Now, the old one, usually you can toss them. K&N you can actually clean, and I have a cleaning kit coming on the way. So for the time being, try not to throw away, because these are usually washable / reusable. So K&N, you know, if you order online, comes with all this stuff. A little information brochure here, and also an important sticker that you can put on if you want to, so that you don't forget to, so you don't accidentally throw it away. And then you do this. Now obviously K&Ns are much higher performance, higher flowing than stock. Some people would argue that there are certain ones better than K&N. I mean, Spectre's a good brand too, I think. To be honest, I don't know a crazy lot about air filters. All I do know is the K&Ns are good. So yeah, just, you know. Plus I wanted my oil filter and my air filter to match. Thought it would be kind of cool. Now this is actually pre-lubricated, so if it feels oily when you force pull it out, do not be surprised. It's supposed to do that. It's supposed to be like that. Now this sits inside here, but on the back side. Now you want to make sure when you do this, this is directional, mind you. Okay, this part, it does not sit in with the tab up. It's like this. Okay, I'm going to set it in here, and I'm going to show you. Okay, see like that? See how it's nice and flush? So it sits in like this. So this is the front. So imagine the bike is going this way, the front tire being over here. It faces towards the front tire like this. Okay, the filter with the tab, the high tab on the back side, falls into it. Sorry, like slow, and it's kind of just, you kind of have to push it in a little bit, and make sure it's nice and level when you put it in, or it's gonna not going right. But once you do that, it has a little bit of a seal on it. I mean, it's not like a strong seal, so this will fall out, but it should be nice and snug in there. That's what it should look like. It looks really good. All right, now this seal right here on the outside, this lubricant's good. Now you can, you know, go to the extreme lengths of of doing like above and beyond stuff like lubricant and all that stuff, but this is actually pre-lubed. If you really feel like it's necessary, go right ahead, but I will not be doing that because I don't think it's necessary. So what we're going to do is now we're going to put this boy back in the same way we took it out, but reverse. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to show you what it looks like before I button it all back up. It's going to be kind of a tight fit, so just be patient with it. Don't force anything too much. Now, once it's in, and I'll go ahead and show you this part. I'm going to show you this. I should be able to actually take care of this with one hand. So that's what it looks like when you settle in. So it's going to be kind of hard because the vacuum hoses, this goddamn connector, man, it's in my way. Anyways, it's going to be kind of hard because these hoses right here are going to make it kind of snug squeezing in. If you can, pull them out of the way as much as possible, but it's okay if you pinch them a little bit because they're just vacuum hoses. They're not vacuum hoses. They're vent hoses, so they're not super important. I'm just gonna leave that there. Well, no, fuck you. I'm not giving up. Fuck off over there, please, please. Okay, there we go. Anyways, so you can see there's no gap. Right, even down the side. Okay, it's really important. And then from here, you can go ahead, move this forward, do this. Now, if you want it to seal nice and even, go ahead and make sure you do these both at the same time. So I'm going to close my hand. Remember, they go forward like that. So I'm going to go ahead and do both really quick at the same time so that the air filter is nice and flush. Now, if you struggle with it a little bit, it's probably because it's a new one. It's going to be a little tricky. But once you do that, both clamps are down. Make sure that everything's nice and snug. As you can see, there's no gaps, and if you tap on the filter, it doesn't move. This doesn't move either. It doesn't go up or down, move forward, back. Put your hand down here at the very bottom where that line is, right there. Put my fingernail, pull up on that. Doesn't move. You successfully have put that in. Now, slide this in. Now, this is kind of the service check. So basically, you can take this off just to check how dirty the filter is, and then put it back on. The filter's super dirty. You get the idea. So we're going to slide this back in. Now, go ahead and kind of pull these down to there. Kind of keep them out of the way. There's a little groove you see I put it into. You're going to slide this down in there just like that. Now this did have a bolt on it. The bolt is no longer there, so honestly I wouldn't worry about it too much. Like I said, this will, as long as this is pushed down incorrectly and it's not, and these are on top of the rails and not below it, that should be fine. When you put the CPU on top of this and bolt it down, that will help hold this down when you bolt it in right here. So if you broke this off, don't worry about it. This will be held steady by that. Once you do that, you can then pull the vacuum lines kind of back to where they were. Those will also kind of act like something to kind of help hold it. And then we can now put the CPU back on, screw back on, and we'll be good to go. Also, just so you can see, I put that right there, so it reminds me not to throw it away. And there you go. Although I couldn't show you the whole thing because I don't have him film me. That's what it should look like when it's all finished. The vacuum hose has been put back through here. These clamps are nice and shut. It is, again, like a little loose right here because, again, that thing's broken, but as long as this is over it, That's going to happen. The important thing is this is before the filter. So even if this is loose, it's not really going to do anything because the filter, the engine still be protected by the filter. All the air going into the motor will be filtered even if this is loose. This is just going to help redirect it to the filter anyway. So not a very big deal. If you can figure out something to keep that held down though, be my guest. But there you go, guys. That is how you replace a 2014 BMW S1000rr's air filter, and that's how you get to it, and it's how you get it out. Oh, and how it works, well, mainly it just helps keep the air, the dirty, polluted, dusty air clean for when the colder intake for the combustion engine. Obviously, if that's dirty, it can gunk up the motor and cause problems in the future and cause it not to last as long. So air filters are very important. Make sure you change them or /clean them frequently. But there you go, guys. That is how you install an air filter and change it. Thank you guys for watching. Have an awesome day. I'll see you in the next one.